Okay, just imagine for a second. What if you had a personal assistant that lived right on your computer? A totally digital employee that works around the clock, automating all those tedious tasks and just managing your digital life for you. Well, today, we're diving into a project that's trying to make that a reality.
And that's the project's tagline right there: your life and business on autopilot. It really gets straight to the point, doesn't it? This isn't just about scripting a few clicks here and there. Nope, the goal here is much bigger: to hand over your entire digital workflow to an intelligent agent you can trust.
So, what are we really talking about here? The core concept is this idea of a digital FTE. That's full-time equivalent. So, instead of thinking about this as just another app or a tool, you've got to picture it as a new hire. A dedicated team member that plans things, handles digital tasks, and gets stuff done. And, this is the crucial part, it does all of this right on your own computer. So, how in the world does this new teammate actually work? Let's do this. Let's break down its anatomy piece by piece so we can really understand how it thinks, how it remembers, and how it takes action. You know, every good employee needs a brain and a memory, right? It's no different here. For our digital employee, the brain is Claude, a really powerful AI model that serves as the reasoning engine. It's the part that actually thinks and creates these detailed step-by-step plans. And the memory? That's an Obsidian Vault. Think of it as a super private local knowledge base. This is where you'd put your company's playbook, your personal goals, basically all the context your AI employee needs to make smart, informed decisions for you.
But how does it know when there's something to do? Well, it has digital senses. It has eyes and ears. A file system watcher acts as its eyes, immediately spotting any new files you drop into a specific inbox folder. It uses the Gmail API to monitor your email for important stuff, and it even has a LinkedIn watcher to keep tabs on your professional network. This is exactly how new tasks get into the system in the first place. And the piece that holds all of this together, that's the orchestrator. You should really think of this as the project manager. It's the absolute heart of the system that coordinates the brain, the memory, and the senses, making sure every single task flows perfectly from one step to the next without a hitch.
Okay, so we've got the brain, we've got the memory, and we've got the senses. To really see how this all comes together, let's follow one single task on its journey through the entire system. We'll go from the very moment it's detected all the way to when it's marked as complete.
So here's how it all plays out. First, one of those watchers, its senses, spots a new input, like an email or a file. Instantly, an action file is created to log the task. Then, the brain, Claude, jumps in and generates a super detailed plan. Now, if that plan involves anything sensitive, like say sending an email or posting online, it pauses, it stops, and waits for your approval. Once you give it the green light, the action gets executed. And finally, the main dashboard is updated so you always have a bird's-eye view of what's going on.
Of course, I know what you're thinking. Giving an AI this much control, that requires a ton of trust. And you're right. So let's look at the really critical safety features that are built right in to make sure you and only you are always in command. At the core of all this safety is what's called a human-in-the-loop process. It's pretty clever. The agent can handle safe internal tasks all by itself, things like organizing files or just creating a plan. But for anything sensitive, and I mean anything, sending an email, deleting a file, posting on LinkedIn, and definitely making a payment, it has to get your explicit okay first. Nothing important happens without your sign-off, period. And get this, the whole system is designed to be completely safe by default. Right out of the box, it runs in dev mode, which stops it from doing any real-world actions. And it's also in dry run mode, which means it just logs what it would have done without actually doing it. This lets you test everything out and really build your confidence before you let it take the training wheels off. The focus on security goes even deeper than that, too. Your credentials, never stored in the main knowledge base or checked into code. A full audit trail is kept for every single thing it does. Plus, there are all these technical safeguards built in to prevent common security attacks. It really has been designed from the ground up to be something you can trust. All right, so we've seen the architecture, we've seen the safety features. Now let's get down to the fun stuff and look at what this digital employee can actually do and how easy it is to get it up and running. Right away, your new digital employee comes with 7 core skills. It handles all the basics, like processing your inbox and keeping its own dashboard up to date. It also manages its own knowledge vault and creates those action plans. And then, once you give your approval, it can reach out into the real world, drafting and sending emails or even publishing posts to LinkedIn for you. Now, you might be thinking that setting up something this powerful must be a total nightmare, but it's actually incredibly straightforward. It's basically a 5-step process. You clone the code, install the things it needs, set up a few configuration details, and then you just run the main orchestrator program. After that, you just start dropping files into the inbox, and your new employee gets right to work. So, when you put it all together, what you've really got here is a powerful, trustworthy assistant that is local first. And that's the key, because it runs entirely on your machine and you have the final say on every important action. It's a kind of automation that you can truly own and actually control. And that really brings us to the final and most exciting question. It's not really about the technology itself, it's about what it enables. So I'll leave you with this. If you had a digital employee working for you 24/7, handling all of that repetitive digital busy work, what would that free you up to achieve?